Welcome back to STL Live. I'm Sarah Thompson, and my guest is Virginia Busch of the Endangered Wolf Center. And, we were talking off camera, and I was saying as a child growing up, and if you had gone back then, in the early 80s out to West County, I remember sometimes I thought what I was seeing was a pack of wolves, but you're saying they were most likely coyotes.
Coyotes and fox.
Coyotes and foxes. And I just want to let people put this into context for people to have a sanctuary. But we don't have any wolves in Missouri, do we?
We don't.
But 100 years ago, there would have been hundreds of them, or 150 years ago, just thousands existing.
Exactly. I mean, there's never been a huge amount of wolves. I mean, as an apex predator, you can't support that many. But yes, there would have been hundreds of them in the Missouri area, and they would have been coming from Michigan. That would have been the gray wolf, and then all across the southeastern United States is where the red wolf existed. So we had two different species of wolf in Missouri, which was very cool.
And then to go from that to none now, with the exception of your center, how does that happen?
Well, through a long time of eradication, the U.S. government had a bounty on all predators in the 1800s, and so it was a wonderful thing for people to shoot them. That's what they did, and then they realized, that it turns the ecosystem upside down when you don't have a predator and you have all of these prey, skyrocketing. We have this problem with deer right now. Deer are just all over, and that's a problem. But we don't have predators to help regulate that. So you do need that healthy ecosystem. Every piece of the puzzle you have to have in there, and that's how it works. And we talk about that at the center. What's great, you can come out and you can hear our wolves howl. And to me, it's like listening to history.
Oh, sure.
And 100 years ago, that's what you would have heard in your backyard. It would have been really cool. But you can bring your kids out on tours. You can see our animals. You can learn about them. And seeing them that close, you realize that they're not the big bad wolf. And that's what we really debunked too.
And I think that's a great way of describing it is, to hear a piece of history. Because, I mean, there was a time when you would have naturally heard that when the sun sets or at night, but now it would be it is unheard of in this area. We've got this great event coming up, Wolf Fest. Tell me about it.
So it's October 8th from 9 to 5. It's one of the few times of the year that we are totally open. You can come without a reservation. Bring a carload of people. It's $25 a carload. We have lots of great vendors there. This year we have food trucks, so that should be interesting, and great fun things. It's a family-friendly event. Bring out your kids. There's a climbing wall. We have snow cones, and I think a bounce house. A couple of great shows. We have a dog show that's like a dog stunt show with Jonathan Opie, and then we also have an exotic animal show, which again is a different way to kind of get access to learning about wildlife and wild places. His name is called David Jackson and his conservation ambassadors. So it's a great time. It's, you can stop in, you don't have to stay all day, and then you can leave, or you can stay all day. It's just a really nice, fun event.
You said, made a good point when you said people would learn that wolves aren't the big bad wolves.
Yes.
And obviously you're every day out there at work. What is it that's most surprising to you when you learn about wolves as a species that people might not know?
I think people they do think it's the big bad wolf, but really they're family oriented. They have a mom and a dad and babies, and they do reprimand, but they also are loving. The wolf is only as strong as its pack. And so you're only as strong as your family center. And I think people are very surprised by that. They're not this vicious animal. They run away from us when we go in their enclosures. They're very wild. They want nothing to do with humans. And so they're a very unique species, one that has a lot of parallels to humans. And they just want to have their little family, and they want to live it out, and they really don't mean any harm.
What do you think people can do listening to this just in their own day-to-day life when you get into the topic of wildlife, conservation, preservation, in this case specifically with wolves? What can just the average person do?
From little things all the way down to recycle, but make sure that you read the labels on things. So don't buy certain products. That's probably the biggest thing. Palm oil, where does it come from? Well, it comes from orangutan habitat in Southeast Asia. So try not to buy certain things. Just learn all you can about it. But for red wolves, it's really be aware. Look them up. Learn what's going on with them. Right now, they are on the brink of extinction, and anything you can do, public awareness is huge. So look them up and learn all about it.
And learn all about it at Wolf Fest, which is coming up on October 8th. That's Saturday, October 8th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you have not been out to the Endangered Wolf Center, please go. It's, as Virginia was talking about, you'll learn so much, experience so much, and hear so much. Hear something that you will hear a wolf that you probably haven't heard in its natural habitat. But go and check it out. Again, endangeredwolfcenter.org is the website, and for more information, you can call 636-938-5900. And thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come here to talk to us. It's been great.
It was fun.
Thank you. All right, well, there's more STL Live right after this. Please stay with us.